Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, sorry, there's an echo.
Echo.
What do we do? Now we got to turn one of our volumes on. Uh, sorry.
Okay.
My volume's still on. There's no echo.
Yeah, turn my volume down.
Sharon, can you hear me?
And it is an echo.
There's still an echo.
Still?
Keep talking.
Hello.
Is
Nope,
there
no
still?
echo now.
Wonderful.
Good.
That's good. Thank
Can you hear
you.
Sharon? Perfect.
All right, who all do we have joining us today?
It's just us today.
Me and Ashlyn.
Awesome. Are you in the same space or a different space?
We're in the same space.
Got it, got it. So you're on different monitors. All right, well, we have a lot to cover today. Let me mute my phone because it's been going off all day, all morning. I'll just turn it off. How about that? All right, we're going to dive right in. So this is part two of our prospect acquisition piece. So I'm really excited to go through now. What do we do with all that information? And how do we begin to plan for the kind of outreach we want to do? Because, of course, when we get all this information, we want to dive right in. So we're going to go over an overview of the data cycle and what that looks like. We're going to look at kind of an overview of the prospect research products and just kind of how you can supplement some of the things that I have connected you to as well. Then we're going to navigate some of our research results and take that to the next level. And then we're going to build momentum by really looking at plan and build out from the information that we've received. And so the first thing I want to talk about is kind of the overview of the research projects process. And so we have products in the marketplace like Wealth Engine. You may have heard of Blackbaud. We use iWave, which gives a gift capacity summary, and it also gives you profiles. The other two do not. There is another process that we overlay this information to, which is relationship mapping, which is part three, which we'll cover next week. And then we do Hoover reports. We do contact lookup with whitepages.com. We get research summaries from Nexus Lexis. I don't know if you've heard of that. You may have Ashley because it's used in the sales field, particularly in the newspaper industry. Then we do bulk wealth screenings, and the wealth screenings usually take your existing database and find hidden wealth within the database. And so we have designed a proprietary product called Impact Pro, and it's called Pro Distiller. And with that, we do a number of different levels of qualification because we're able to identify where people have given outside of giving to your organization, which is really, really key. So hold on, something's happening here. You can see the screen, right? Because mine
Mhm.
just started flickering.
I can still see the identification and qualification processes.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what just happened to my screen. It disappeared, but I'm going to keep talking. Just tell me if you can see the next slide.
Hey,
Data
Sharon.
type and cycle.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so past behaviors do predict future behaviors. Different data types are needed, which is the ones that I've just gone over, and that you use in each stage of fundraising. If you remember this fundraising circle that we had, discovery, qualification, stewardship, that whole piece, you want to really make sure that you remember those things because we don't want to misread the information that we gathered. You saw last week when we pulled out a couple of the profiles, particularly Ryan and I, we found that the profile didn't have accurate information. And so you don't rely heavily on the information. It really is a benchmark to get you in the ballpark. And I think it was one of your friends of the family, Ryan, that it said she didn't have a car. And
Yeah.
on the profile, Ryan knew her and he knew she had a car. So we don't want to necessarily rely 100% on that kind of information. We want to do a little bit more deep diving. So when we go at the list stage, we're kind of looking at a broad historical data. And this is data that has been given to all of those data points that I shared with you last week, historical that goes back 5 years. And where do we look for gift history, not only with your organization, but give history to other organizations who already knows us. Have they given to the organization before? And is this a high level donor, mid level donor, or low donor? And then we want to make sure that we have in the screening process that we're looking at wealth indicators. This is primarily a review, but just in a different kind of graphic so you can see. We look at giving to causes, what are their assets, then we go through relationship networks, and then largely we want to look at their social um, contacts. So sometimes we connect through LinkedIn, Facebook, depending on the age of the donors. I've never seen anyone kind of looking at TikTok or some of the others, but it's usually going to fall within Instagram, um, LinkedIn, business wise for LinkedIn, and then Facebook for folks that are, I guess, 40 years or older. We want to make sure that we're looking and connecting, following them, and beginning to see what their patterns are as well. Then we're going to do, of course, our research. And then the research is something that we've covered already. I want to make sure that we are looking at as much data as possible, bringing all that data together and making sure that we're targeting the right donors, not the wrong donors. And so I'm going to ask a question. What could be a wrong donor that your wealth screen, I'm sorry, the research zip code market study came up with that could be a donor that you wouldn't want to give to the organization? Any clue?
Someone who's not charitable.
Someone who's not charitable?
I mean, if they were gonna donate, I would take their donation.
Um, and some organizations, and I have to refresh myself. Excuse me, I have allergy eyes today. Um, there are some organizations that have a list of kind of the do not um accept donations from. And I can't remember, to be honest with you, if Boys and Girls Clubs has this list. Some are you wouldn't take gifts from corporations or foundations that um engage in
Child cruelty or something.
yeah, animal cruelty, child labor,
Yeah.
all those kinds of things that sometimes companies mask, and you do a deep dive and see that, um, they're involved in child labor, human trafficking, all those kinds of things, which is you can find. So that will be the only kind of place, because I'm with you, Ashlyn. If they're ready to write a check or give the money, we're going to take the money because we're going to ask for it. But we do want to make sure that there is no, issues with that, with those dollars. You have a question?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I need to just step out and answer this really quick. It's the movers are coming today, and for some reason they're calling me this early, and I don't know
Mm,
why.
no worries. Do you want us to pause or you want me to keep going? Because I'm
Um,
open to either.
whichever is fine. I mean, I could catch up, but if you want to pause, that's fine. It does.
I'll
It'll
pause.
take a second.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
That's
All right.
okay.